Welcome to the Idaho Commercial Kitchen at the Idaho Innovation Center. Our goal at the Idaho Commercial Kitchen is to provide a place to grow the culinary experiences of food entrepreneurs right here in Eastern Idaho. The Idaho Commercial Kitchen is proud to offer an affordable, certified commercial kitchen space where food entrepreneurs can safely craft culinary products as well as receive business support to properly market their food and services. Come join us in our kitchen at the Idaho Innovation Center.
Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business show with your hosts, Brian Magleby and Tyler Price.
Hey,
welcome back.
there we go.
Spring break's over.
Yeah.
Is spring ever going to come?
That is a good question. I was walking the river this morning. I didn't have any ice, and the river is pretty much broken up.
Is it?
I saw a bald eagle. Got a close-up picture actually on my phone. I'll show you later.
Sweet.
But yeah, it was a good time.
Sweet.
But it's still cold.
And what did they have in Pocatello this week?
Oh, wow. That was brutal, right? We're like
24 inches.
45 minutes away, and we're
We got a
completely-
skiff here that day, but yeah, 24 freaking inches. And guess what? I'm helping with the triathlon next week there.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, good thing we're swimming in the pool.
I was going to say,
the day
that's
before,
that's a polar. We were just
the
talking
biking and
about
running-
cold plunges, and that would be quite the cold plunge.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm not sure if they might need to put some studs in those to bike tires.
Sounds like it.
It's supposed to break
All right.
next week,
Well,
so
yeah,
it's
60s, right?
they say
Then
spring's going to show up, but I'm still not believing it.
Hopefully not all at once where we have all that snow melt,
Yeah.
because that would be a problem. So.
Oh, welcome to Eastern Idaho. Hey, last week we had a great show. Tiffany Franco and Josh Scott
really
fueled business. They're just doing some great
Yeah,
things.
I think any small or large, really, but anybody that, when you look at the small businesses, it's hard for them to put thousands of dollars into gear, and these guys have a facility that allows you to do small quantities.
Yep.
And be able to get your name on beanies and hats and T-shirts and the whole bit.
All sorts of things
All
they
sorts
can
of
do.
stuff. They do anything.
And they got location in Pocatello and Idaho Falls, and that always helps a business out. When they have multiple locations like that. Excited for our show today. We got. I feel like I'm here with two superstars, TEDx superstars.
Yeah. Well, Charity, yes. Me, not so much.
Yeah,
But,
you both
yes.
have been on the TEDx stage.
They let anybody
so.
on when I was doing it, though.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
They definitely.
Whatever. They
a
haven't called the
screening
Magleby
process.
man yet. So, Charity Haderlie, she's an author. She's a business coach. She's been a TEDx speaker, and she's got some real estate investments going. She just got everything going on in her life, and she's awesome. So we're excited to have Charity Haderlie here. And then the total BS we're going to do at the end of the show, talking about a great business. Got to stay tuned. We're going to be talking about a phenomenal business here in Eastern Idaho.
Second generation
business and doing phenomenal. And man, just a great solid company here in the area. So we'll talk about that at the end of the show. We appreciate, let's talk about some of our sponsors that keep us on the air.
Yeah.
Hey, BBSI.
Man, they've been with us from the beginning. Jeremy Hicks runs a great ship over there. You got Troy Dane, you got Mike Sharp, you got
top employees of the
Jared
area.
Oviatt. So. You got just a group of people over there that are really sharp and just helping.
If your business
anything.
needs anything with human resources, BBSI is the company to look up, and they are just phenomenal. They help companies in so many ways it's just unbelievable.
And Christy Carlquist was Style House. I mean, she just came in and saw a need.
Unbelievable.
And she just is a lady that just gets out and does stuff.
I was joking with her the other day, like, do you ever sleep? It's like you are going 90 miles an hour from sunup till way past sundown. So
yeah, always involved in something. So.
Yep, exactly.
SBDC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What are they?
They are the best kept secret. So if
I
you
love it when you say
are starting out in business or been in business for a minute, the resources that they have there, the people that are involved, I mean, you're involved, Dave Nowak, Frosties there, Wilson and
From cradle to grave,
Yep.
we'll help your business. So, Mrs. Powell, appreciate
Amy Romrell.
Romrell and her support.
There's a lot of love that goes into those cinnamon rolls and cookies and
I had
sandwiches.
one bite of one last
Yeah.
week, and I'll tell you, I just wanted to eat the whole dang thing.
Yeah.
So, but didn't do it. So
Probably not on your diet.
It's not quite on the diet, but one bite was.
Okay, good.
So, but the Idaho Innovation Center, we appreciate them being our key sponsor. It's just, man, if your company needs an office space, we do have like one office available. We're kind of moving some things around after the end of the month, but we'd love to have you come take a tour of the Idaho Innovation Center. Vulpine Marketing, can't say enough about them. They keep us up to date each and every week, and we appreciate what they do. Man Cave Innovations, getting us some great equipment for our studio, and of course, the one and only
Tyson Bolcom with New Line Media. Yeah,
New
you need
Line
a video,
Media.
you need drone work. I mean, he's got a cool channel for construction in the area.
Yep.
But yeah, anything
Both our
needed.
intro and outro videos today are courtesy of the man, Tyson, at New Line Media. So we appreciate him being here. We've got some upcoming classes. QuickBooks coming. We'll talk about it later this month. It starts next month. But we've got a QuickBooks class coming up in May, so we'll get some more details out in coming weeks on that. But Charity Haderlie, helping some companies. She's done some keynote speaking. We're going to watch a quick video here that kind of describes the work that she does, and then we'll welcome Charity onto the set.
Charity Haderlie came and was our keynote speaker, and she just hit it right out of the park. She was awesome, and I couldn't have asked for a better keynote speaker at our event tonight.
I'm really grateful for Charity, and I've been so inspired and so motivated to be able to take even further steps in my life to set new goals and reach new standards in my life.
Just listen to Charity Haderlie. This woman speaks from her heart. She grabs your attention because she's authentic, because she will change your life.
All right, changing lives and saving lives for that matter, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
You know you're important if you have your name.com.
Yeah, someone else had TylerPrice.com.
Oh, are you serious?
I had it at one time, but
come on.
back when I was doing some speaking and stuff like that, but I had to let it go.
Yeah.
So, but charityhaderlie.com.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you. You could just add the Tyler Price.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
On
Look at
that
that. I
one.
bet you that domain is
Infamous.
snagged in about an
It
hour.
might have been.
I think infamous versus.
The infamous. There you
yeah,
go.
Yeah, but
You got to get clear.
tell us about your coaching. How did you start that journey first off, and then it's because I've dabbled in it, and it's a hard nut to crack. Is that safe to say?
For sure.
Yeah. So tell us about how you got started in it, and who is your focus, your client.
Okay. So how I got started with coaching was, honestly, I started with events, and those events were preceded by just my personal journey of just feeling like success is not for me, it's for everyone else, and struggling in that way, and then going through this personal development journey. And then people started asking me my story, like, how are you so confident?
Yeah.
How, what's changed? What happened? So then I started sharing my story. People started asking me my story. And then in that process, people would say, hey, are you a coach?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Google, what is a coach?
Yeah.
To be honest, I
Yeah.
didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to be a coach.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just all evolved, and life has prepared me for
Yeah.
this, if you will. And in that process, in the journey, I remember times where I was like, I am scared, I'm having a discovery call with a client, potential client.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I hope they don't hire me because I really don't know what I'm doing, right? A lot of imposters showing up.
Been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been there. And as entrepreneurs and business owners, you know that feeling where you're like, I don't know if they're going to hire me, especially when you're beginning, because you worry that maybe I can't deliver
Yeah.
what they need.
Yeah.
And I think part of that journey of kind of discovering like, okay, the people who are coming to me, and even though I was focusing on mindset and personal development events, they were business owners.
Yeah.
And my husband and I are very entrepreneurial. Like, I was out on the street selling pizzas at 11 years old, just did my own, I called up the pizza company and was like, I want to do a fundraiser.
Yeah.
How does this work? And my husband was out selling greeting cards at 8 years old. So
Wow.
it's just been in us, and we've invested and lost money over the years to the point where it's like, oh, you know, as these business owners were coming to me for coaching after my events, they still needed strategy.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of times I was like, well, here's some things you could do. And then they go make money. And I'm like, wait, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, am I a mindset coach? Am I a business coach? What am I doing?
Yeah.
And then during COVID, my annual event was canceled.
Right.
And I didn't miss it. I just felt like this weight was lifted. Like, hey, you don't need to do events anymore, Charity.
Yeah.
Look at who's coming to you. Look at what they're needing and lean into that. And so I did, and I found, I did a year-long business coaching training, and I realized, whoa, I know a lot more than I think I did,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I thought I was just kind of messing around, and I know a lot more than I think I did, and I also filled in a lot of the gaps.
So you've kind of used that word imposter, and there's that statement of imposter syndrome, right?
Right.
So how do you overcome imposter syndrome? Because you felt it, and I've known you. I think you're a sharp person, so why should you feel that way? But I think that's kind of out there. It's like, well, who am I to be able to think I can go do this? So what is I guess the secret? Because is it just pushing forward, or what do you feel the secret of overcoming that might be?
That's a really good question. I think there's a few ways that help me to overcome that. One of them is to list your wins.
Yeah.
So if you sit down and look back, like one of my clients, he was just overwhelmed. He'd been in the transportation business for 6 years and was just like, I'm not where I want to be. I'm going to quit. I think I need to change careers.
Right.
Okay. And that seems to be a very common theme. Like, I've been hustling so hard. I'm not where I want to be. Let's quit. So the very first call that I had, I just said, okay, I want you to focus on, like, between now and next week, you and your wife sit down and list all the wins, all the challenges you've overcome, all the hurdles, and then let's talk next week.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and was like, and I just saw this look in his eyes, and it's a familiar look, and I said, hey, you were looking for some very tactical strategies, weren't you, at this moment? He's like, well, yeah, like, you're a business coach. Help me with the tactics and the strategy. I said, we'll get to that, but we've got to get your mind right first. Mindset is 90% of business coaching, 90% of success. You've probably heard that quote.
No, it's actually 80% according
80%.
to your notes. So I'm going to correct you there.
Thank you.
80% according to what you put in
It should be
there.
90.
It should be 90.
Thank you. 80%. 80, 90, it's high up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
So yeah, thank you for that. You can call me out anytime.
Yeah, and I guess I just did.
I will never say that I know it all. And so a couple days later, he Marco Polo'd me, because with him I used Marco Polo for certain things, and he's like, I cannot even believe what we recognize. Like, my business is doing way better than it ever has been. We just didn't see that because I've been stuck in all the hurdles that we've overcome, and I feel like it's going to be that hard to grow to the next, through the next. And so it's like, no, we those emotional pains anchor us to the past, and then we feel stuck. So imposter, list your wins and review them.
Yeah.
The second thing is recognizing that our brains wants to keep us comfortable. So anytime we push outside of that comfort zone, our brain's like, no, who are you to do this? Come back, right? So recognizing that that is just your brain's job to keep you safe, but you can tell yourself, actually, I'm safe. Like, it's okay. And then the third thing, I really love this one, is just asking yourself, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen?
Yeah.
Like, if I come on this show or I show up on stage and I speak and I make an idiot of myself, what's the worst thing that could happen? I'll make an idiot of myself.
Yeah,
People
it's
will
like-
forget about it.
yeah.
They'll be on to the next news.
That's right. And you didn't even trip coming on here.
I know,
because
right?
charity never faileth.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
learned that.
Yeah.
So.
There you go.
We learned that over the weekend. So anyway, great job. So
Thank you.
you've been on some big stages doing some keynote. You've also done a TEDx talk. So I want you to talk about your experience with TEDx, and then recently you were just on doing a stage with a local business here in town that put on a little a conference, and talk about with the Seeger Built that you did there.
Okay. So for TEDx, Tyler, as you know, there is a very specific format. So, and
Yeah, for
And
something
they
that's
push
free thought, it's not, you have a lot of rules for
Yes.
free
There's
thought.
a lot of
I
structure.
was gonna say, if I'm going to point fingers at TEDx, that's one thing I'll say about it.
Yes.
It's like, well, all right. But anyway,
You're
sorry.
regimented.
totally agree.
Yeah.
And I say this with all due respect, TEDx, you totally strip the personality out of
Yeah.
my speaking.
Yeah.
I felt like, and it doesn't, maybe there's better speakers who were able to infuse their personality in the TEDx. For me, it just kind of like sucked all of that, and it was very serious, and it wasn't, like a very it's not an interactive audience anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I am very interactive, so I'm gonna get you moving, I'm gonna get you thinking, I'm gonna get you feeling, and TEDx is not that type of interaction.
Yeah.
So for me, it
It's
was
a
really
speech.
hard. It's a
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
And that's okay because it kind of cracked me open in a good way.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is before I was kind of like, oh, I gotta show that I'm the expert here, right?
Right.
We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be the expert. And after TEDx, I was just like, oh my gosh, I could just be me.
Yeah.
How about I just be me? Because I did not like feeling like I'm pinned into this structure.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. Very, very good. If you haven't seen it, go find it on YouTube. But Charity did it. I felt did a very, very good
thank
job,
you.
as did you,
Yeah.
Tyler. But yours was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yours was awesome.
But and then talk about the Seeger Built. What you did with Seeger Built this last weekend.
So Seeger Built, was one of my clients, and we did a 6-month journey, and he shot up his revenue, and that was pretty awesome. And then he invited me back. He said, "Hey, I've got this idea for a business conference. Will you come and speak for it?" And we'd been talking about the conference and whatnot, and it really was a business building. And I love that guy because he's just one. I think I see his insanity in myself as well, because he's just like, "Hey, let's just
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Let's figure
Let's
it
do it."
out."
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I am. Like, say yes, then figure it out, right?
Yep.
And so his business conference was all about helping build businesses, like laying out some of the foundation. We talked about some marketing strategies. We talked about some tactics. We talked about financials. We talked about mindset. And my main focus was I shared 5 bottlenecks that every business owner has.
Yeah.
And then just helped walk them through the journey of like, here's how you bust through this bottleneck. Here's how you bust through this bottleneck. And so that was the event. And the reviews from that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And he's already called me up and was like, "Hey, let's
Do it
I would
again.
love some help. Let's do this again."
Yeah.
Very good.
So it was really awesome. So you'll see more of Seeger Built's events, and I'll let him
Wow.
Yeah.
share the
Love
juicy
Brandon and
details
the work
later.
that
He's
the
awesome.
business that
Such
he's
a great guy.
He's
Yeah.
building there, so he's a great guy. So I'm going to go through some of the things that you filled out in the thing we have all our speakers do. But one of the things you talk about is knowing the why. Talk about that. Why is that important?
Why is the why important?
Yes. Yeah.
Because we get stuck on the details. As business owners, it's like, how do I do this? How am I going to do that? And pretty soon, like, there's so much that you don't know how to do, and then it can just kill the momentum.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't know how to do this, and then the imposter sets in. So if you focus on your why, like Simon Sinek says, he's got a book, he's got I think TEDx talk, probably
Yeah.
a TED talk.
Yeah.
That's the bigger stage is TED. We were TEDx.
Yeah, we were
But it's all good. It's all good. It's related. It's similar, same platform. But he talks about starting with your why, because when you start with your why, it helps you focus on your heart and what is your purpose here. Like, why am I serving business coaches? Why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I beat my head against the wall at times? And why? It's because I love seeing the aha moments go off in clients and in the audience, and seeing those wheels turn and help them see something that they never saw before and recognize, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
maybe I can do that. You know, I'm just a regular me. We all feel like we're just regular people, and we are.
Yeah.
But regular people can do extraordinary things just by putting in a little extra, and why is one of those extras.
Yeah.
Love that. Great thing. Next, another thing you talk about success is 80% mindset, 20% strategy and skill. Mindset is the biggest bottleneck for business owners. And that applies to you as well, you said. Talk about that. And the next thing is adaptability. Why do business owners need to understand that success is 80% mindset, 20% strategy and skill? And what does adaptability mean in business?
Okay. So for the mindset it's the foundation of success. One thing that I've noticed is a lot of business owners have this fear of, like, well, if I make money, it's going to turn me into a bad person, right? That's a mindset. That's a belief and experience that plays into what you think money is and what it does to you. But when you bust through, and then what happens with your brain is, if you think, okay, money will make me bad, you're hustling, you're pushing hard to make more money.
Yeah.
But your brain will filter out opportunities that are right in front of you. So to nerd out on you on some neuroscience, your brain brings in about 11 million bits of information per second.
Wow.
But your conscious brain, your conscious mind can only process about 50 bits of information. So from 11 million to 50, what is getting filtered out?
Yeah.
Right? And if you think about, you buy a red car and suddenly you see all the red cars that you didn't see before, they were already there.
Yeah.
But your brain filters it out. So if you have a belief or a mindset that says, you know what, making money is going to turn me into a bad person because I see all these selfish, rich people or whatever it is, or you're judging people who have money, your brain's going to say, okay, here's that money-making opportunity. It'll just wipe it out of your ability to see it. You won't even recognize that. So that's just one aspect of mindset, that, like, you will literally not see opportunities that are right in front of you if your mindset is crap.
Yeah.
And adaptability. Talk about why a business needs to be adaptable.
Well, think about Colgate. What are they known for?
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
They didn't start as a toothpaste company. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
They started out selling, I believe it was lotions and soaps and candles. And they did that for about 60 years. And now they are the behemoth of the toothpaste companies, right? And so for them, it was like they started selling those things. And I think they gave toothpaste out for free or something. Maybe that has to do with gum. Maybe that's a different business. But they recognize that toothpaste is what people want. And also there's a whole story with toothpaste. And if you've read, what is it, the Habits book, he talks about...
Okay.
7 Habits?
No,
Atomic Habits? Or
Atomic Habits?
No, gosh. I'll remember it when we're done.
All
Anyway,
right.
they talked about the habit of when you lick your teeth. This is how they sold toothpaste. When you lick your teeth, you notice, like, oh, they're kind of fuzzy, and maybe need to brush them. So they started marketing towards that habit, and then toothpaste took off.
Wow.
And I don't know that Colgate was the mastermind behind that. But anyway, so that's an example of adaptability.
Yeah.
Or Amazon, what were they before Amazon?
Yeah. I mean,
They were half.com. They sold books.
Yeah.
And then now they're Amazon. So they recognized a gap in the market, and they shifted, and now look where they are.
A behemoth.
Yeah.
A behemoth.
That's right. Another thing she said, I just want to read this paragraph. Most entrepreneurs and business owners think that advertising is the next step to solving their money problems. When that fails to produce results, they throw their hands up in the air and say Facebook advertising, traditional ads, and their marketing team is to blame. The problem is never marketing. Marketing works if done correctly. What failed is usually the strategy and the tactics. Strategy is what you say and how you say it. Tactics are how you deliver it. Talk about that. Because I'm sure there's a lot of business owners that we have out there that are watching that have that problem.
Absolutely. So tactics, like I said, are when you send your ads on Facebook, or when you send out a mailer, or when you are delivering the message. That is what the tactics are. And most people are so focused on the tactics, like, hey, if I pour gasoline on sending out more Facebook ads, I know it'll get on more eyeballs, because that's kind of traditionally what it was if I get my ads on more eyeballs, more likely I will get more results, right? And that works, numbers, it's a numbers game in that way. If you get more eyeballs, you're more likely to get more sales. Yeah. But the true seller is the messaging, the strategy. The strategy is what you're saying. So if I'm saying, for example, let's take toothpaste. Hey, I've got some really awesome toothpaste. You need to buy this toothpaste. And that's my message. We're the best. We're the best at selling toothpaste. We've been in business since 1871.
Whoopee.
It's like, whoop-de-doo. Those are all platitudes, right? That's what most people are marketing with, platitudes. Or a family-owned business. We're a family-owned business. Well, does that mean you're better than a non-family-owned business? No, that doesn't tell us anything. But the strategy is, hey, you know that feeling when your teeth are fuzzy?
Yeah.
This will solve that problem. Yeah. So the strategy is, what is the problem that people are wanting to solve? Because they will pay for problems to be solved. What is the pain point? What's frustrating to them? If you say, hey, I understand that this is a challenge for you, and this is the solution. This is why you need this. Then all those Facebook ads that you got 1% to 3% back will skyrocket because your message is right. So if you think you need to jump to marketing and advertising, let's get your message right, and then you will skyrocket your results. And you can still do the same amount of ads, but you're going to get far better results.
Yeah. I think that's what people are looking for, right? What are the results? Your clients are looking for, how do I get more for less time, probably. I think that's what a lot of business owners want to see, because, you can put 100 hours a week into your business and never move the needle, right?
Yes.
So anyway, I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting, but I think that people are really looking for solutions and answers and real engagement. Marketing before, it's not the same anymore. There's gimmicky stuff doesn't work anymore because of just how we get all our information, even though we're only seeing 50 bits a second, right?
Exactly.
Of the 11 million.
Talk about the 6X coaching that you do.
So 6X in 6 months. So what that is we will go through what I've identified as a gap. And there's business owners who they're making six figures and they don't have a clue about their P&L statement. Mm-hmm. They don't have a balance sheet. They have no idea what their numbers are. So we'll do a profitability analysis, and I'll set up a dashboard for you so that you can track all those numbers. And then the next thing we work on is your market dominating position. So that's like the messaging, right? And then we move through and create a compelling offer. So a compelling offer is, if you think about on your website, and this is all stuff I need to do for myself, so hypocrite, okay? I'll be honest with you.
It's working.
Part of it is my adaptability and shifting to where, okay, now I'm seeing this is working. I need to do this for myself. So think about a compelling offer. Here's a quick example. When you have traffic coming to your website and you're like, hey, call us now for, buy this. They're usually not ready. Only 1% to 3% of those visitors to your website or to your message, wherever it is, are ready to buy now. And so the compelling offer is a way to capture the other 80%, because there's 20 or 30% who will never buy from you, and that's okay. Yeah. So 70 to 80, my numbers are all over, right? You
yes,
can call
it
me
is.
out. Math. 70% to capture the remaining who are like, they're curious, they're considering. That opt-in is, hey, it could be as simple as like, hey, here's 5 reasons you should not hire a business coach. Like that might be something I would say, like, here's how they could screw you over, and here's what, because they're going to want to know, like, do I want to hire her? Like, is she going to screw over my business? Does she know what she's doing? So my opt-in could be something like that. So then they click on there, like, get this, and then it goes through a drip campaign, a nurture sequence, so that eventually it's addressing their hot buttons, right? And the things that they're thinking, and it's shifting the way they're thinking so they can get to a point where they can make a decision. So the purpose of marketing is to help you make a decision to buy. Yeah. Right? That's really what it is. Yeah. We think it's to get it in front of your face so you'll buy it. It's like, no. People are smarter, like you say. They're smarter. Yeah. They're sick of all the crap being shoved down their throat. And they want to know, are you really going to help me? What's in it for me? Yeah. And so then we work on the compelling offer and the drip campaign, and honestly, like, I'll start with the finances. Here's one tip. If you go through your finances, most business owners will have their variable expenses and their fixed expenses, right? Yeah. And they don't really pay much attention to the variables. It's just like, oh, it's variable. I can't do anything about that.
Oh, they can.
But they can. Yeah, you're right. So you go through and itemize them and recognize, oh, here's some trends. Here's where I'm consistently buying these variable expenses that come up from time to time. So then what you can do is you can implement a purchase plan, buy in bulk ahead of time at a lower price and at better prices because you're not buying at peak market prices. Like, for example, if transportation company, your tires blow out, you can buy those in bulk. You can buy them when prices are low and save a ton of money. You have a purchase plan in place, so those variable expenses are minimized, and you have a plan, and then your trucks aren't sitting because they've got a blowout. You're like, hey, we've got a plan. Let's put the tire on, ready to go, because you lose money if your truck's sitting. So that's just one, like, pay attention to those variable expenses because you actually can do something about them.
Wow. And so, I mean, if your business, if you think that your business needs a little shot in the arm, 6X I think is a great thing. It takes 6 months to work over things, but that's a great coaching program. So we'll kind of end the show today talking about that because there's a gift that she's going to give away. What else do you want people to know about your business coaching? Anything else that you do?
Well, what I would want you guys to know isn't necessarily about me, but you guys know enough. You know enough and you're good enough, and just get out there and sell stuff. You don't have to have it all figured out. Like I've been doing this for 5 years, doing the events, and it's just kind of shifted and evolving, and I've never had a fancy brand, right? Nobody knows what my brand is, but I am the brand. They know who I am. So as I am getting that in place now because I'm more clear, it doesn't mean that I had to wait to help people. So you don't ever have to wait to help people. Get out and serve, get out and sell. And as your business evolves, don't be afraid to be seen as in that evolution. It's totally okay. Massive companies have done it, so can you.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Excellent. CharityHaderlie.com. You can check her out. Talk about this quote that you have here.
The biggest risk we really have is our ego. If you're willing to say, you know what, I can live with that, it's going to be okay, then you're a lot more fearless and you're further ahead than anybody else.
Yeah.
Excellent job. All right. Well, we appreciate Charity Haderlie being here. We're going to give away some. She's talked all about this 6X coaching. If anything that she said there has resonated with you, and you would like to have Charity come in and do a free business analysis, we're gonna give that away. And did you remember to get a trivia question?
Yes, maybe. What percentage? Wait, what percentage?
Oh yeah, there was a couple numbers that was off there. So put my number up there, Tyson. Can you get that 208-520-9400?
No, I got a real question. I was just joking about that one.
Okay, so we're not.
Numbers. Huh?
No, so she just Charity mentioned how long she's been doing this, and there was an evolution for you in this process. But how many years has she been at this to be?
There you go.
Because she did say a specific year.
I did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
exactly.
so
How many years?
So that's one that they may actually have to go back and
they might have to,
so,
if not, shoot me a text, and there's only so many numbers out there, so you might just start and give me a text. So we appreciate Charity Haderlie here. Check her out at CharityHaderlie.com. Great coaching program, and I've known some of the businesses that she's worked with, and she can get very good results. So very good. Check out Charity Haderlie. We wish you the best on stage and off stage.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So we're gonna roll right into total BS. Jared couldn't be here today, but we've got a great little business that we're gonna highlight here. We'll set it right here in front of Charity's quote here. So we got IdeaCom. Let's talk about IdeaCom. Total BS. There's nothing holding us back. Jared's not here. We can talk BS all we want.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I think we're good at that, right? We can totally do that.
And do you know Jeremy and Kurt at all?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, they're second generation. they're
working on the third generation.
Yeah, they do our phone lines, they do internet, they do a lot, but it's just all that technology behind communication.
The most solid and amazing company. They're based out of Ammon, and if your company needs any help with the telephony, is that how they work it? Telephony. Telephony, I don't know how.
I don't know. All I know is stuff works.
Exactly.
There you go. That's the important part.
They know how it works.
They do it. They are the professionals in dealing with that, and they've expanded into some memory or creating backups and stuff of people. And man, they've got a great company. If your company needs any help with their infrastructure of their phone lines, I know of a company that they've just totally automated the voice over IP and the technologies of being able to forward the text and get your voicemails on email, and just it's amazing technology they have.
It's all the tech stuff that you need someone answering phones, right? And then you need to be able to get your information, and they do a lot more than what we're even discussing here. But their dad started the business, and they're still getting after it, and here they are. Now, I don't know how long the business has been in business, but
quite a few years.
A number of years. I mean, Jeremy's old, so it's got to be.
He ain't old.
He's younger than me.
That's
which is
right.
Still old.
So,
I'm just gonna say that.
They've got a great company. Jeremy and Kurt Krupp, they're in Ammon, and they've got a great business. They've always had great employees, and they do just absolutely phenomenal work. I've known them for over 20 years. They are just a rock solid company there in Ammon. So we appreciate talking a little Total BS. Thank you to BBSI for sponsoring our Total BS segment. They do a great thing. So we appreciate everyone tuning in. Thanks you, Charity.
Yeah.
We've got some great shows lined up for the rest of the month of April. We'll look forward to having you check in then. Until then, we're the Business Boys. Give us a thumbs up. That's how we end the show. Thanks, everybody.
The purest essence of what makes a business tick is sometimes fleeting. It's not always available to draw on demand. So if you can capture these things on video, you're capturing magic in a bottle. My name is Tyson, and I own New Line Media. I really believe that the keystone to any successful business is the connection that business builds with the people that it serves. Traditionally, these attributes were all achieved through interpersonal communication. It came through authentic connection. Then the arena of the internet introduced a whole range of resources that expanded what businesses were capable of achieving. But the trade-off for these new resources was that authentic connection with the people that we serve. And without that connection factor, businesses become commodities, just a name and a price tag. So the dilemma businesses face today is how to preserve that sense of connection in a digital space. And I believe that the answer to that problem is video. At New Line Media, my goal is to help you take your influence, your passion, your spirit, your essence, and make it available to anyone, at any time, no matter where they are. When the power of video is truly harnessed, it can become so much more than just a flashy way to promote yourself. Video can help your business build trust in those you serve or want to serve. It can build familiarity. It provides information and education, and most of all, it can pull your customer into your space for a few moments and give them a taste of what working with you would be like. It provides them with that in-house connection experience, no matter where they are. And that is what I focus on, because it's all about making a connection. So if you're a business owner who's ready to shift gears and unbind yourself using video as the business asset that it should be, then go to my site and submit a request to work with me. If I think I'm going to be the best fit for you, then I will reach out and we will schedule a time to meet.